Welcome back everybody to my channel. Hi, I'm Rizbo the Blade, your personal mining guru, and today we have something extremely special to show you, and normally it has to do with mining. Recently we get the new patch 4.0.2, and with this new patch we get the event which is called Supply or Die. And in this event, finally first time in history of Star Citizen, we have mining missions. So before I'm gonna start to explaining everything about mining in this event, I'm gonna just quickly go over the flyer which was created for this event, so you guys gonna understand what this event is all about. So let's dive in. This is flyer for the event which is called Supply or Die, and if you just read quickly this summary, it says following the events of the fight for Pyro, Citizen for Prosperity and Headhunters through priority contracts need help to resupply Ruin, Obituary and Checkmate stations in Pyro and Pyro Gateway in Stanton. So these all stations have demands for recycled material components, construction materials, minables, and trade commodities, and normally this new lucrative datatrine substance, which is the most valuable one, and it's sold on these new Xenotrade depot locations. You have three, if you wanna say, sizes of these missions, right? For each of these things, even if it's salvage, if it's mining or trading. You have small missions, medium missions, and large missions. And normally you can do salvage. With all these three sizes of missions, you can do mining and you can do this trading, right? So mining, it can be in Pyro and it can be in Stanton. But as you see here, you have these two separate informations. One is for Pyro, one is for Stanton. And in Pyro, you're getting double amount of money for these ores which you need to mine. So that's the difference, right? But in Stanton is more safer to do it. Let's now quickly explain you what these all numbers mean. So we're gonna do mining. We're gonna do mining in Pyro, because in Pyro mining is gonna give us a double amount of money, so normally it's more lucrative. So first, what you see here, it says PTS, that means points, and for each level of mission, so if it's smaller, this is first row, second row is medium one, and the large is third row. It's gonna give you some amount of points, which you're always getting when you finish one of these missions, right? So the goal is to collect 2,800 points, because when you achieve that, then you automatically you're finishing the event, which you can constantly keep doing more. But when you reach this number of points, which is 2,800, then you're getting skins for some ships, and these ships are a Vulture, which is salvage ship, then Prospector, which is mining ship, and also Fortune, which is also salvage ship. And it's new ship which you can strictly just buy for now only in Pledge Store. But Vulture and Prospector are normally available to buy in the game. We're getting also two additional rewards, which are a twin shotgun skin and also a small decorative diorama with which you can like enhance your hangar environment, to make something like that you can show to people that you are participating in this event. The money which you can get with these all missions, for small mission you get 790k, for medium mission you get 6 million, and for large mission you get 26 million, right? And in the way of Stanton, it's all this one times less. For small one is 391k, for medium 3 million, and for large 13 million. So this third column, what you see here, is actually showing how many of these missions you need to do over and over again to reach these 2,800 points, right? So for small one in Pyro, you need to do 15 of them, for medium 8, and for large one 4. For Stanton is a little bit different, but the numbers are almost similar, right? So for a small one is 14, for medium 10, and for a large one 6 missions. So what we need to mine for Pyro is tin and ice, and for Stanton is copper and corundum. To complete this biggest mission in Pyro for mining, you need to mine 228 SU of tin and 228 SU of ice. And you need to do that 4 times. So that's near 1000 almost SU of tin and also almost 1000 SU of ice if we put that all together, right? It's not exactly 1000, but it's near 1000. So that's a lot of mining. And that's why people are doing mostly more trading, right? Not mining, because trading is extremely faster than this. But in trading, you need to always wait for commodities to refresh. And that's why all the consoles where you can buy all these commodities are all clogged, because people are just waiting in line like you're waiting for bread, you know. So it's just hilarious to see that. So mining is taking much longer, but if you like to mine, or if you want to learn to mine or try it, you know, this is also a way to go. So this was just short, you know, what this event is about, especially what is concerned mining. So now let's explain you what you need for mining in this event, how to start it, even if you don't have ship maybe, what equipment you need, where to go to mine, what you need to mine, and how to mine. So let's begin. First, most important thing what you need to know now in this current patch is that you can now rent both mining ships, not just Prospector, in all refineries in Stanton and also in all cargo services. Prospector you can rent for 1 day for 73k per day, and Mole you can rent for 223k per day. And normally this, you know, price is going up how much more days you want to rent it if it's not just only 1 day. What I can recommend you to do, which is actually a very great thing, is that you can rent a mole for 1 day and then go do these medium missions in event where you need to deliver only 63 SU of tin and 63 SU of ice. You can complete this mission with doing just 2 runs, so 1 for tin and 1 for ice, because if you fill up your mole with pure tin and then second time with pure ice, it's gonna give you actually a little bit over this 63 SU. For example, for tin it can give you like 80 SU and for ice like 70 SU. And when you complete this medium mission, normally you're gonna get for that 6 million. So if you just do 2 missions, it's already 12 million, and this gives you opportunity to buy your own mole, to have it actually in the game, to not rent it anymore. Because mole costs just a little bit under 9 million. And normally you can buy then mole in Stanton, in Hurston, in Lorville City, in New Deal Shop. And you're gonna have still more money to equip it if you really want to. What is concerned equipping ship with better mining heads and better mining modules, you can actually do that also on renting ships, but you need to do it manually from outside. So that means that first you need to open ports when you're sitting in pilot seat. So that means open ship ports with holding right alt and press letter K once. And then with tractor beam, you can actually replace old mining head for the new mining head from outside of the ship, or also put new modules on that new mining head. But it's a catch, you know that. And this is that if your time for renting is gonna expire soon, you need to take off in your hangar these mining heads and modules off the ship and just store it in your freight elevator in your hangar in warehouse. Because you're gonna lose them if you leave them and your time for renting expire. And with that, you're gonna actually save the mining head, and you can like rent the ship again and just put that on your rented ship. So it is possible to put better equipment on your mining ships, but only manually from outside if that ship is rented and if you don't own it actually. If the ship is pledged, or if you own it with buying it in the game, then you can normally, you know, replace all this equipment directly through your Mobiglass in Vehicle Loadout Manager. What is concerned what to equip on your mining ships, what mining heads and modules. On Prospector, if you're not so secure in your mining, just put hosted mining head and then put like search module. This is active module. And you can still use like a Sabir gadget, which you can put on the rock. If you are more secure in your mining, then just use, Helix size 1 mining head and put, up like one focus 3 module, and then also maybe search to mine bigger rocks. And normally you need to use again gadget on the rock if it's bigger. For more mining ship, I'm constantly using my always default setups, which is in front I have Helix size 2, on right side I have hosted size 2, and on the left side I have Arbor size 2, which is default one. So Helix size 2 in front we're equipping with Rigger C3 module, one Focus 3 module, and one Stampede or Search. On right side where I have always Hofstede laser, I'm always equipping at least one Focus 3 module, and then one Stampede or Search again. And now last, on the left side we have Arbor default laser. So I'm always leaving that laser as a default because it has a very low starting point, even lower than Hofstede, because it's the most weakest laser. And it's very good to breaking ice rocks which have under 1 ton mass when you need to break them second time. Because also with Hofstede, sometimes these bars can go immediately up even on the lowest output power. So Arbor laser is perfect for this breaking when you need to play with ice. And modules which I'm using on this laser are always modules which are used for filtering inert materials. And these modules are FLTRL models, which are like second tier. You have 1, 2 and 3. And these modules are pretty good to use because they're not too expensive and they're good for filtering inert materials out. And this is basically the laser which I'm using constantly to collecting everything. The most easiest way for you to know where you can, buy these all mining heads, mining modules, mining gadgets, is to use this site which is called Cornerstone Universal Item Finder. And in this site you can just type in one of these modules or mining heads or gadgets, and it's gonna find for you and show you where you can actually buy all this equipment in Pyro and also in Stanton. If you have any questions, about these modules, gadgets, mining heads, mining ships, much more in detail, you can just join to my Discord, Java Scrap Mining Corp Discord, and just ask me directly, if you need to know something and it needs to be something to explain it to you. It's not problem to all to help you. So now let's answer these bigger questions. Where to mine our minables, or if you want to say materials, what we need for this event. What is concerned these lower paying missions, this like Stanton part of missions where you need to mine copper and corundum. In Stanton, corundum you can find on Microtech area, on the actual Microtech planet and all Microtech moons, Calliope, Clio, Euterpe. But actually the best place to mine it would be Lyria and Walla moons of Argo. What is concerned copper, you have it actually on Hurston on Moon Aberdeen, you have it also in Crusader on Daymar moon, and you have it also on Microtech on Euterpe moon. But even for these like lower paying missions, I would mine copper and corundum also in Pyro. Because in Pyro have bigger clusters and you're gonna find it, in the big quantities there. So that means for copper, just go to Pyro 1 planet or Monox planet or Bloom planet. So you're gonna have a lots of copper there. And for corundum, just go to moons of Pyro 5. They all have corundum. Especially if you go to Ignis and Nadir moons, you can fly very fast there and you're gonna find a lot of corundum there. But now we need to explain where you can find tin and ice for the highest paying mission. Tin you can find also on all these moons of Pyro 5, and normally again would be best to go to Adir and Ignis moons because you can fly the fastest there. But you can find also tin on planets like Bloom and especially Terminus. But in all these places you cannot fly fast. So I'm never gonna recommend that, because you're gonna be able to search much faster if you can fly fast on the surface. Because you're gonna be finding this tin on surface in big clusters. You don't have to follow some special signature, but it's a different story for ice. So ice you cannot find on surface, you need to find it in space. Developers were saying that you can find ice the furthest from the sun, on outskirts of the system. But that's not like, entirely true, or maybe they didn't explain it correctly. So that basically means that you can find ice everywhere in the system where it's not too close to actual moons and planets. And what that means is that you can find ice on all these points to which you can jump, where it says wrap or where it says cluster. And then you have like some name or some numbers next to it. So this is all like some type of asteroid clusters, or if you want to say like asteroid clouds, where it's a lots of stones inside. And this is where usually, the mission spawns for Pyro. So be aware of the enemy NPCs and also other players which could be there, right? So because of that, you're supposed to, when you jump to that position, just fly left or right to go like around entire cluster of these old stones on the outskirts, if you want to say like that, and just keep pinging and searching for ice there. The most important information for ice that you need to know is actual ice signature, because ice in 95% cases, it's spawning usually in just one rock. So you have actual clusters of ice rock just here and there. I maybe find 2 or 3 of them maximum. So now we know that it spawns in basically single rock, and the signature in ice in single rock is 1660, or if you want to say 1660. And normally if it's more rocks, you then just multiply that same number times 2 times 3, right? And what I found is only single rocks or maybe clusters of 3. And these clusters I just found like 2 or 3 of them. Here now I'm showing, the signature of a cluster of 3, and you can see that is 4980 or 4980. So this is signature if you have 3 ice rocks together as a one cluster. Best possible option in the rock what is concerned materials what you can get connected with ice, it's always only inert materials, right? So if you have ice and inert together, that's gonna give you the most amount of ice out, and you're gonna see in this cluster in front of us, this rock on the right is gonna have that ingredients, right? Only ice and inert materials, and that's the best option. And you can get a nice amount of ice from this type of rocks. But like I said, it's pretty rare to find these like clusters, few rocks. Usually in space you're gonna find always one rock. A reason for all that it's much better to mine on surface is because there it's created like point of interest, so you can be attacked more easily. It's areas where players are going more often, right? So space is open, it's big, it's you can go in the huge amount of distance away from any type of player, right? So that's why space is never gonna be so lucrative how mining on surface, right? Maybe in future we're gonna mine with some like Orion, the capital ship for mining, which is huge, because he cannot anyway mine on surface. You need to mine with him in space, but then we need to get some huge asteroids which this thing is gonna break. But ice anyway normally only spawns in space in Star Citizen, and that's why you cannot go mine it on surface. So only ice you need to go in space to mine, and for tin and all other materials like corundum and copper just go on surface. So now we need to explain you something very important, so you're not gonna keep failing your event missions. And this is something that you need to take care and you need to remember and do it like I'm gonna explain you. Otherwise, you're gonna be crying that you are losing your cargo. If you wanna do and complete this event with only mining, as you see here, I have 31 refinery orders finished in my refinery, and minimum you need to deliver 28 of them. So half of that is tin, half of that is ice. And this 28, if you deliver, they'll need to be pure capacity of mole. So 96 SU of tin and 96 SU of ice, and then it's reduced by the, refinery refinement, if you want to say it like that. So I delivered 31, and this take me like around maybe 8 days, little bit maybe more. So basically like 3-4 tickets per day. And now it's a question how to do that successfully, to sell this and actually finish this event. And this is where we have problems. So first of all, you see, I'm taking the mission, which is in my station where I have tickets. So that's first important thing to do. But you don't have to do it immediately to take the mission. And first thing what you need to do before you're gonna load your Finnish refinery tickets in your cargo ship, you need to first spawn that ship in your hangar in that station, and then you need to store it from the console which is inside hangar. And don't leave the hangar before this ship is completely lowered and sealed with these floor hangar doors. Because we have a bug in the game where if you just leave the hangar before ship is stored and then you go in the refinery, it's gonna be automatically stored by the game, and this is gonna bug out your cargo which you're gonna load from refinery. So don't do that. Developers are working on the fix and they already maybe fix it, but just to be sure, just do it like I say to do it, and then you're gonna be fine. Here now I'm loading the first 7-8 orders in my C2 Hercules, right? So this is gonna be ship which I'm gonna be using for transferring boxes from the ship to my freight elevator and lower it in warehouse. I gonna, I think, take here like one order too much, but that doesn't matter. So why it doesn't matter is because if you lower this down when you take a mission, what is more than you need for a mission is gonna be just stored in your warehouse, so you will not lose it. So just remember that very good. It's gonna stay. I am back in my hangar, and now you see I'm checking if everything is okay, and you see I can ungrid the boxes, so everything works, and that method of spawning and storing ship is working. And now I'm gonna use ATLS, but I'm gonna use it to show you what is gonna happen now. So ATLS, the mechanical suit, tractor mechanical suit, is not so suitable to use it when you have different sizes of boxes. So this is mostly great to use when you are loading or unloading the same size boxes. But when you take tickets from refinery, they're gonna be on, all kinds of different sizes, and then you're gonna have problems. But it's not such a big deal. This problem, what you're seeing now, that I'm, barely pulling them out. Problem is something else. And now you're gonna see what. So when I'm entering in, the ATLS is killing me. So this is one of the worst things that can happen to you when you have so much big cargo which you need to transfer and you don't have anybody to help you to, to revive you. Because now you're incapacitated, and basically I can go out from this ATLS walking around, but I cannot use tractor beam, so I'm basically dead, and I'm basically ghost, if you want to say it like that. So I'm not recommending that you guys gonna be using this thing when you're doing these missions. It's really not worth it if you're alone for you to be happening something like that, and that you need to like, kill yourself completely, and then you're gonna, lose the ship and lose the cargo because it's gonna be automatically stored, and the hangar is gonna be, cleaned from boxes. But lucky for me, I was having some guys who were on the, station or near the station, so they revived me, and now we just, manually load everything, and I didn't, want to use ATLS anymore. It's just not worth it, right? That's a great tool, when it works, but this clipping, when you get next to some walls and, killing you, is just, it's just terrible thing when you need to deal with something like that. It's just too much cargo on the stake. Now everything is in freight elevator. We accept that mission, and now we're gonna just press confirm to lower the cargo. And this is how you end this big large mission, for the mining. And you can see here contract complete, large supply, and with all this you're actually finishing only one, and you need to do 4 of them. So now we're gonna take next one. But like I said before, the best option for you would be taking mission when you already load the freight elevator full with your cargo, then you take a mission, and then you just lower it down, and then you finish. It's really not necessary to take mission before that. And you can see here in journal my progress, so only one mission is done, and I get 715 points for that first one. Now I'm loading the second, load in my C2, and it's gonna be again tin and ice, and the procedure is the same, right? You just when you're done with first one, you just lower the ship down in the hangar, and then just wait till the ship is completely sealed with that floor hangar doors, and then you can go out in the elevator and go to refinery, right? And then you take, second set of tickets and keep loading them in your cargo ship which you have, right? And even if you don't have cargo ship, then you need to rent one, right? Like maybe Andromeda or something like that, in which you can put a little bit more cargo. You can see now on the right side it was cargo inside, and now actually I'm gonna do it the right way. So now I'm taking the mission, right? It's really not necessary to take it before, and I'm just checking if it's in my station, because that's like very important thing, to be in the same station, so you don't have to actually deliver. So from all these things that you can do, trading, salvaging, mining, right? Salvaging and mining are more safe because you can just take salvage directly when you land, or mining, you take mining tickets and just sell it in the same station where you're refining it. So it's no risk for getting that stolen or losing it because somebody's gonna destroy you, right? They can only destroy you when you're delivering your RAF ore into this station to refine it. So only then you have actual potential danger. And you can see now up it says contract complete that second time, and I was awarded with this like decorative diorama which I was showing in the beginning of the video. And that's like first reward, right? Second one is gonna be a skin for the shotgun, and the third one is gonna be the most valuable award, and this is 3 skins for the ships: Vulture, Prospector, and Fortune. I really don't wanna bother you, for showing you all this loading, unloading. It's all the same, for all 4 big missions, and I just wanna show you here where you're getting rewards when you're lowering your cargo right to the warehouse through the freight elevator. And now you can see it says objective complete again. That's the 3rd time, and I get this twin shotgun Ravager 212 Outcast shotgun skin, which is also nice, but it's not so nice like actual rewards which you're getting for actual ships. And here now in journal, right, you can again see how much points I have now: 2145 from 2800. So we just need one more mission. And this here is now the last mission. Already load everything in. We're lowering it down, confirming it, and this is how we're gonna finish our adventure in doing this, supply or die event. And you can see now you have been awarded a Vulture Outcast livery, Prospector Outcast livery, and Fortune Outcast livery. So this is three, skins for the ships, which I also show on the beginning of the video. And now we can show you, the journal for the last time. This is now where it's all completed, and you can see now it says 2860 from 2800, so it's a little bit over that, and this is how you're completing all this. Let's get over that now, what is most important. First, guys, you need to deliver everything to only one station, which has a refinery. Second, you need to deliver at least minimum 28 deliveries with mole to complete this, and they need to be pure. So load of the mole needs to be 96 SU of tin or ice pure to have the smallest amount of tickets necessary to be enough for 4 large missions for this event. Third thing, do not use ATLS for unloading and loading, because if you die in hangar and it's not maybe your personal hangar, you will have your ship removed from hangar, and also maybe your box is gonna despawn. So don't do that, it's not worth it. Take your time and load it manually with big tractor beam. Thing number 4, before you're gonna go to refinery to take finished tickets to load them in your cargo ship which you want, stay in hangar, spawn the ship, and lower the ship inside the hangar from console from inside the hangar, and wait till ship is not gonna be completely sealed with these floor hangar doors. After you see that it's done, then you go to refinery, and then take your refinery orders which are finished to transfer them to your cargo ship. If you don't do it like I just explained it, you will lose your cargo, with cargo being maybe invisible, or if it's visible, you're not gonna be able to move it with your tractor beam. Thing number 5, do not accept event missions before you don't transfer your cargo from your cargo ship to your freight elevator. Then you take a mission, and then you just lower it down. Because if you take a mission and you have just half cargo and lower it down, and at some point that day you need to go and you cannot finish the mission, or your game crash, or it's any other reason which you cannot play anymore, you will be losing your cargo which you're lowering down. Because next time when you log in, you need to take new mission, so that old mission is gone. So don't do that. I gave you here a lot of important advice for you guys, so you're gonna be able to finish these missions and you're not gonna be failing it, because a lot of people are doing these mistakes which I just explained, which you're not supposed to do. Unfortunately, it's always some problems and bugs with these events, and at least thank God we have some workarounds so we can actually do it and finish it. When this video is gonna be now posted, it's gonna be like around half of this month when this event is on, so you guys still have the whole half month to finish it, maybe even more, but at least we're gonna have this event for this whole month. So you're not definitely too late to finish the event, to have fun, and to take these nice rewards. If you have any type of questions, you can always ask me in the comments below, or you can ask me directly on my Twitch stream, where I'm streaming basically every day almost. And what is most important, guys, if you new to mining, if you want to learn to mine, or if you want to mine with more large amount of people, you can always join to my Java Scrap Mining Corp Discord, and I can teach you, how to get into mining. I can explain you what you need here, everything for the event, in more detail than in the video. and you know, it's not problem to play with everybody who is willing to learn and who can, you know, join to voice chat and where I can explain everything. You're gonna learn from the best basically in this game, and it's gonna pay off for you. Doing this event with mining is gonna take the longest, but it is really fun if you like doing mining and if you wanna get into it, and it really is adventure. This is all from me now, guys, and you know, if you find this all information very valuable and informative, normally please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more content. See you next time, guys, and keep mining. Bye bye.